Why I chose packaging. I chose packaging because it has a marketing aspect, a business aspect, and a science aspect to it. As far as science goes, you got to figure out how the package will affect the taste, the smell, the looks, and the chemical effect it has on the product. As far as business goes, you got to figure out how cost-effective your package is. You don't want to have a package that's costing you a mint, because that wouldn't be good. But you don't want to buy something that's so cheap that won't carry out the purpose it's supposed to do. For instance, you don't want, if you have a cereal box that's really, really flimsy and it goes in the trucks and then it gets on shelves and people buy it and they open it and the cereal's all crumbs, that wouldn't be good. So you want to make sure that your package performs its task properly, but you want to make sure it's not costing you a fortune. And then the other thing is marketing. You want to make sure that your product is, very catchy to the customer. It catches the eye and they're like, whoa, I want to buy that. And you also want to make sure the ergonomics of the package are working properly. You want to fit the package with the product. you want it easy to open, easy to use. The customer doesn't want to have to figure out how to use this package. You just want to be able to do it, And then there's the design and art aspect of it. And this is really cool because usually business and art don't usually come together, but in packaging they do. And this is really cool because you're able to be creative and you're able to think of new ideas and new ways to package things and new ways to catch the customer's eye or put it on the shelves. And so that's really cool. So I just think packaging is really awesome in that it includes so many things, yet it's still specific in, its packaging, it's what it is. But there's so many things you can do with packaging. And so I think it's a really great career, and I'm looking forward to going into it in school. Personal experiences with packaging. For one, my father is a packaging engineer, and he has designed many interesting packages, one being the black Kotex box from Kimberly-Clark. And unlike the usual big green bags of feminine products, this is thin, sleek, it's a box, it's colorful, it's black, it's totally different from the competitors, and so it really stands out on the shelf. Your eye is directly drawn to it. And unlike the bags for women, when you have the big bags in your cart, you just kind of feel uncomfortable and it's kind of embarrassing and you're just kind of self-conscious. But when you have that in your cart, you feel much more confident, and it's not shameful to have that in your cart. This is cool and new and exciting. So it's interesting how packaging can affect confidence levels, and that's why people buy certain products is because of the packaging. So my dad has always been very passionate about his work, and so whenever he's with us when we're shopping, he's always pointing out new packages and why this package is amazing and why this one is not so amazing, and the pros and cons of different things. And so now whenever I go shopping, I notice different things, and sometimes when companies change their products or their packages, it can decrease its value because sometimes customers are attached to the package that used to come in, and now it's like, oh, it doesn't open as easily now, and I don't like the color of this package now. And so it's interesting how customers, become comfortable and used to different packages, and packages are icons, and so people look for things based on their package. And so that's just really interesting. And other things is I'm often drawn to buy certain products because of the packaging, and I feel other people are too. And other people may not think about it as, oh, that's packaging. They just think, oh, that's cool, I'm going to buy it. But, knowing about packaging, I often look at things, I'm like, ooh, I want to buy that. And then I'm like, hey, I know what drew me in. It's the packaging. It's so cool. It's totally different and unique and colorful, and it catches my eye, and that's why I want to buy it. And sometimes after I use a product, I might keep the package just to look at it and admire it and get ideas from it. And so other things is my dad knows this man, Paul Schmidt, who is a professor at MSU for packaging, and I've met with him, and he's a really nice gentleman. and he was saying how packaging is such a great opportunity. His students are getting jobs right out of college and internships during college, and so he was really excited that I was interested in packaging, and so he was greatly encouraging me to go into it. And my dad has also worked with this lady who has done packaging her whole life. She actually graduated from MSU, and she was like, you know what, I've done packaging my whole life, but I've had so many different jobs with this, and you don't know where packaging will take you, but every job I've had I've enjoyed, and they're all so different, but it's fun, and I love it, and you're not just sitting in your office all day, you're often designing new things or testing new products out. And so for me, hearing all this and experiencing it on a daily basis with my dad, packaging just seemed like a great opportunity, and really interesting and really fun and creative, but also businessy and very important to our economy and to business and to people. What is your vision, or what do you want to contribute to packaging? I really want to see packaging become more creative. I feel like, does cereal always have to come in a box or a bag? No, it doesn't. Often I go to lunch and I see my friends and they packed cereal in little bags and they eat it as a snack, or, it doesn't always have to, be with milk or just cereal. And I think it'd be cool to see it, come in little, like the Cheez-It little bags, it'd be cool to see it like that, and make them maybe more healthy or more, hearty, so it fills you up a little better, and, it's more of a substantial snack instead of eating 100 of them and then, eating dinner 15 minutes later, So, that's kind of a cool idea. Or, I want to see packaging become exciting and, have new ideas out there. Pringles totally changed the whole packaging idea of chips. Chips always came in a bag, bags. But Pringles put them in a tube. How creative is that? It's so iconic. Everyone knows what Pringles are, and, everybody knows the package. I want to see more of that. I want to see more creativity, more uniqueness. And, I also think it'd be cool to, make packages out of more substantial materials, such as maybe glass or metal, or even fabric. I hear that back in the 1920s, flour came in fabric bags, and often you will see quilts made out of the 30s prints, and those came from flour bags. And that's so cool that people use their flour bags to make quilts. And that is so economically friendly. It's the reuse of products and materials, and it's just everything's being used. You're using the flour and the package. And so it'd be cool to bring glass and metal back, have people buy a product and keep the package, and then, have a system to refill. That way it saves the company costs for packaging, and it saves material, and it's more economically friendly, and, it saves money and, hassle and more junk, and instead of using plastic, I think glass may have a comeback. So, I see more of that coming back, maybe, using the package instead of just throwing everything away. And, so yeah, I think there's a big future in that. What do I predict for the future of packaging? Well, I think the future is very bright because at MSU, people are getting internships in college. There's a 95 to 100% job rate out of college. And at Western Michigan University, in the paper sciencing major, people are getting internships in college, 100% and 100% job rate out of college. So there's a big industry for, paper science and packaging right now. And not that many schools offer, packaging as a major. There's only about 3 that I know of. And so there's a high need for them because there's not many that offer it, and not that many people know about packaging or, even consider it. So there's a high need for packaging engineers. As far as business and stuff goes, people are trying to be more economically friendly. There's a whole water bottle plastic situation where people are like, we can wrap around the world 100 times, with our water bottles. So I think people are trying to, be more cautious about pollution and our oceans and, the air and all that. So, packaging greatly, affects all that. So I think there's a great need for new ideas and new packaging and recycling opportunities. So that's really, important. And then there's also the cost, companies want to save money wherever they can. So packaging, you want to make sure that you're getting materials that will work but will also not cost the company a mint. There's a marketing aspect to it. There's a creative side where you want to design a package that's ergonomically friendly with the customer, that works well, opens well, keeps the product safe and preserved, but also catches your eye and you're like, whoa, look at that, that's so unique, I want to buy that. So I think that the packaging business is very good indeed. I think it's a great opportunity. There's so many doors you can open in this, and I think it has a very bright future.